Hello and welcome back to another episode of Creating My Own Ben 10 Aliens. So today we're gonna talk about another Ben 10 alien, like the series does, and this one's name is Aloevandra. So let's get into it. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out my straw poll. Check out my Twitter. Check out my DeviantArt, and share this with your friends. And let's go. All right, let's start with species and home planet. So Aloevandra species are called the Floron Dionea, a subspecies of wild vines, a species, the Floronas, from the planet Flores Verdance. I originally had Aloevandra as just a wild vine ripoff at first, and it was named Flytrap, but I changed both so that the name would be more creative, and so it could be a subspecies, so the creation looked slightly original. The same could be said for Vladben, how he's basically he's basically just a vampire ripoff, but with slight modifications and, subspecies or whatever. The species name comes from the words flora and fauna, like Florana, like the previous, the old name of wild vine species. And Dionea comes from the scientific name for the Venus flytrap, which is Dionea. The Flora and Dionea species get along quite well with the neighboring Floronas and work together to keep the lush green landscape of Flores Verdance very healthy. Alright, let's move on to the design. So, I now realize that there are some similarities between Aloevandra and Wildvine from Ben 10, the more I look at it. But the major difference I made was to make Aloevandra have the similar color scheme to that of a real Venus flytrap. Not too green, but some slight red scattered in some places to give it uniqueness. Aloevandra is slightly taller than Wildvine from Ben 10. I'm thinking Omniverse one, because I think it varies depending on the size. The green on Aloevandra's plant-like body is light green, while his eyes are a dark green, like a dark emerald green. Okay, powers. Aloevandra has just about the same powers as Wildvine has: regeneration, chlorokinesis, plant merging, camouflage, enhanced resistance, and physical capabilities, etc. But the one thing that adds to Aloevandra that I don't think Wildvine has, according to the wiki, even though it's not really that useful for research or whatever, is the power to lure enemies closer to him by using an aroma trap. Some carnivorous plants, like a Venus flytrap or a pitcher plant, have a feature in their structure that attracts bugs to them, which cause the insects to fall into the plant's traps and then they get eaten. I should probably put a fly trap in here. That'd be cool. So I won't have to deal with any of the bugs. I incorporated this feature into Aloevandra to make him somewhat different from being just a total Wildvine ripoff. I don't know what my 6-year-old brain was thinking when I created that. And last thing we're talking about is weaknesses. So like most plants, Aloevandra is weak to fire and water, as fire can reduce plants to ashes. Wait, fire and water? No, it's fire and ice. That was a typo. What? Yeah. Like most plants, Aloevandra is weak to fire and ice, as fire can reduce plants to ash, and ice freezes the plants and stops them from growing. So it makes sense as to why Aloevandra is weak to those elements. Okay, and that's all for today. So Aloevandra is definitely not one of my most creative aliens that I've came up with. I came up with plenty of better ones, and this one, I like the concept of it, just I don't really like the execution of it, because, it looks a lot, Aloevandra looks a lot like Wildvine, and, yeah, it's probably because it was, the first thing, back then, when I first created this alien, I wasn't really that creative with thinking of its design, so I just made it Wildvine. Or maybe it's just, a total coincidence, and I just, happened to glance at Wildvine, and then, the design kept in my brain, and then, I just drew the alien, and I was like, oh no, but I still did it anyway. I was an evil child back then. Yeah, so anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of Creating My Own Ben 10 Aliens. Be sure to like and subscribe, share this with your friends, check out my straw poll, and check out my Twitter, check out my DeviantArt, and yeah, I will see you guys next time.